Keys to the game, battle and fight. Attack and avoid. They will run people at you on your attacks. Post it and get it to the SEC. Have a ball. This is what it's all about. 40% from the field, plus 10 rebounds, 6 blocks, 21 mores, and you got a W.
This is Kentucky basketball.
Welcome to this edition of This is Kentucky Basketball. I'm Jennifer Palumbo, and this week I am joined by Willie CauleyStein. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You are a rarity in the John Calipari era here at Kentucky, a starter who came back for his junior season. As you look back on this season, what stands out to you?
Just the short amount of time, I should say, that everybody just connects with each other and everybody's really their brother's keeper, and just how everything just flows, and it feels like nothing can really go wrong, and that's the kind of like security you have, and that's it just feels good.
You're a finalist for the Oscar Robertson Trophy. What motivates you as a player?
Really just trying to, not only just trying to put a name out, just trying to like do something big for my family. Literally, when people ask you like, yo, what's your favorite thing to do? Honestly, I could just go home and like if all my family's together and like there's a barbecue or something, and just sit there and just BS about stuff, just laugh, stories, you know, just that's the best thing for me, and you know, I want to do that on another level.
We'll have more with Willie when we come back, but first, UK hit the road Tuesday night to take on Georgia in Athens. Let's take a look back at the highlights.
Andrew Harrison at the left elbow, puts it between his legs, hesitates, drives, spin move in the lane, jumper good. Aaron Harrison's got it front court, driving left baseline, reverse layup, good. Nice move. Downs left of the lane, backing in, bumping with Maiden, right hand jump hook, good. And a steal by Kentucky. Towns throws it ahead to Ulis. Lob, goes, CauleyStein, Cats back in front, 16-15. Lyles in the left corner. Lyles into the paint, floats up a shot that will go, jammed in. Marcus Lee, big right hand above the rim to slam it down. Ulis out front, swings it to Andrew, driving left side, step back, 15-footer, good. 7 straight for Andrew Harrison. They need somebody to come alive. Booker in the right corner, out to Ulis on the wing. They feed Towns, backing in, spins, and scores! Booker drives the lane, dumps it to Lee, who's checked in. He goes up, gets a shot blocked, picked up, put in by Towns. Harrison, I'd get it to Towns if I could. Andrew drives, floating shot, no! A lob and a slam for Marcus Lee! Threw it down with the right hand, off the lob from Andrew Harrison. Loses the ball into the hands of CauleyStein to Andrew Harrison. Up to Aaron, drives, scores, and a foul! A three-point play opportunity. 79% on the season. It's no good. Rebound and jam back in by CauleyStein. Sit to Towns at the high post. He fakes, he drives into the paint, floater, bounces off. No good, gets his own rebound, scores, and is fouled. Ulis into the circle, down the lane, dishes to Towns, layup good. Pick and roll executed perfectly by Ulis and Towns.
This is Kentucky Basketball, is presented by Kentucky One Health and is brought to you by Brick Street Insurance, Delta Dental, Kentucky Community and Technical College System, Kentucky Farm Bureau, and by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
The UK-Florida series has produced some memorable moments. One of them came in 2012 when the top-ranked Cats hit the road to take on the 13th-ranked Gators. Here's this week's Flashback.
This UK Flashback is brought to you by Kentucky One Health.
The date was March 4th, 2012. Kentucky was gunning for a school record 30th regular season win, but the Cats would have to get it in Gainesville. UK took advantage of its size, using an 8-0 run to open the second half, grabbing a double-digit lead. Florida would come back and shave that lead to just 2, but the Cats responded. Terrence Jones had 19. Anthony Davis finished with 22 points and 12 rebounds on a variety of putbacks and dunks. The Cats won 74-59 for their 22nd straight win. UK became just the third team since 1956 to go unbeaten in SEC play.
This UK Flashback was brought to you by Kentucky One Health.
Willie, you had your own memorable moment, the UK-Florida game in Gainesville this season, the monster dunk on Devin Robinson.
Yeah, you know, when people ask me about it, it happened so fast, and that it didn't happen fast. You know, it was like when I left, it was like I was in the air for so long, and then like I had at least replay it at least 150 times after I got on the bus. But it was a crazy feeling because, you know, it's always awful playing at Florida. You know, their fans are nasty, like they're crazy, they're yelling stuff at you that I don't know why you would even yell that at a 20-year-old kid. But and then you do something like that and it just shuts the whole place down, and they're just like, well, we can't really cheer no more. Like after that, it's just kind of over.
I've noticed lately too. Now you've started this stare thing. Is that something that you're doing intentionally, or do you even realize it? Like after you have a great play, you'll just stare at the player.
You know, I think it's just something in me. I don't know. I don't realize I'd be doing it until after, and I just be like, dang, like why did I just why did I just do that for so long? But I mean, it's becoming a thing, and people's liking it, so it's probably going to continue to happen.
When we come back, we will take you inside the play, and this week's Meet a Wildcat is Devin Booker. You're watching This is Kentucky Basketball.
Hi, I'm Tony Barbie, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Play. This week's play, we're going to discuss how we transition from defense to offense. If we get a stop, a rebound, or a turnover, we want to get the ball on an outlet immediately to our point guard and look up the floor, but our bigs are trained that if they find an outlet running up the floor open, they're trained to throw that pass as well. You'll see active hands, active feet. How we play ball screens right here, we call it a wall up, where our big guy will stay back and in the gap and determine whether the offensive player is attacking off the dribble. In this game, we were worried about their dribble penetration, so you see how Marcus Lee was a little more cautious guarding Qualls, one of their best players on the dribble, forced a bad shot, and Dakari with a great two-handed rebound, or what we call a snatch, goes and gets it above the rim, and watch where Dakari's head immediately goes up the floor, looking for a point guard, but saw Trey Lyles streaking and threw a great outlet pass that led to a great dunk.
This week's Meet a Wildcat is freshman Devin Booker. Tell us a little bit about Devin. How would you describe him?
I would describe Devin as a dude that's like comfortable with him, like from the get-go. Right when I met him, like you can tell like he's on, like he knows what he's trying to do and what and how he's going to do it and what he's going to go through to do it. You know, I love, you know, how he plays with so much passion on, like his little three-point thing, like that gets me juiced every time he does it. And like, he's just got a great personality, and it is fun to be around.
Here's this week's Meet a Wildcat.
Meet a Wildcat is brought to you by Window World, the preferred window installers of the Big Blue Nation.
Soul food, macaroni and collard greens and cornbread. Beyonce, it's been my childhood crush, and you know, I'm still in love with her. Favorite color is black, strange color, but you know, it's just my favorite color. I'm mixed up between computer science and business, but computer science because, you know, the world's turning into technology right now, and that's kind of what I want to get involved in. Missing a wide open dunk last year. It was on senior night. I was just by myself too, and I just missed it. I don't know what it was.
Meet a Wildcat was brought to you by Window World, the preferred window installers of the Big Blue Nation.
You and Coach Calipari are in a book club. You mentioned that you really enjoyed the Energy Bus book. Is there another book that's had an impact on you that you could recommend?
The Seed. I just recently started reading it, but what basically it's about is just finding like your purpose and like what's your passion in life, and you know, the book is just a story about a guy that loses kind of focus and loses passion in his job. And like, well, with this job is like, you have to have a lot of passion in like what you're doing, and if you're not doing that, then we got to figure out something else.
And you've talked about that, about feeling like you're different and how that has changed who you are. And where are you now? Do you feel comfortable in your own skin, or is it something that you struggle with, trying to find your passion?
Oh no, I definitely feel comfortable in my own skin. And I think that's, you know, the biggest encouragement for me to tell anybody is you got to be comfortable in your own skin. And when you're cool in your own self, then it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks, and everybody else thinks you're cool because like you don't get like affected by what other people think about you. And that's super powerful when you can't let somebody else take your love for something away. It doesn't matter what other people say that you should do or what you shouldn't do, and you take it as yourself, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you put yourself on the path. Like, your mind is so powerful, you can do literally anything that you put it to.
Powerful message. When we come back, Coach John Calipari will be answering fan questions, and Willie will be answering fans' Twitter questions as well. So that's next on This is Kentucky Basketball.
The sports heroes that I had growing up, I always looked to leaders. I knew he was a little crazy, but I loved Billy Martin. I knew he was a little nutty, but I also knew he led. He got the best out of his guys. He drove them to a level they didn't think they could go. I loved quarterbacks, Fran Tarkenton, where he would drag teams and put them in positions they'd never been in. A Bill Parcells, a Joe Gibbs. Those guys were like, wow, how do they do this? But those are the people I wanted to learn from, not hero worship. I wanted to say, how did you do that?
If you'd like Coach John Calipari to answer a question, just go to his Facebook page and he may answer it in an upcoming show. Willie, we have a lot of Twitter questions from fans. Are you ready for these? Because they are all over the place.
Yeah, let's shoot, let's go.
Yankees KY asks, in high school, did at any point he think football might be his future sport?
I ended up playing basketball, obviously, but there was definitely a time where I was like, I just want to focus on this one sport and try to get really good at it.
George9599 asks, how has being an art major impacted your life at UK?
You just see stuff in a different perspective. Like I find myself like walking around campus, or even like when we're on bus rides or something, and I'll look at like because now I'm in a photography class, so I'll just look at stuff like at different angles. Like, well, maybe that'd be a cool picture.
At CandyLynn86 asks, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen a fan do?
This is kind of creepy, not crazy, but they'll follow you. Like, say if I was getting in my car and like went to the mall or something and like followed you, that's a deep trip. That's like a 10-minute trip, and I'll get out of my car and the dude like, yo, I think I just seen, like, I swear I seen this dude at the lodge. And like, you're like, yeah, I followed you. I didn't want to like bother you. I'm like, wow, like you really like took 10 minutes out of your day to follow me to get an autograph. Like it was crazy. It was mind-boggling, but kind of creepy at the same time.
Redesign CO asks, what influenced the sweet Wesley Snipes Demolition Man blonde hairstyle last year, and will it ever return?
That will never return, unfortunately.
Because you've been told it can't return, or because you just don't want to bring it back?
Because I was told it can't return, but boredom. Was up, studying for a test. We finished studying, and when I did it, I was like, no, because my hair was so long, and it was like I was growing it out for a while, and I was like, no, why did I just do that? But then I was like, well, I already did it, so I might as well just own it.
When we come back, we'll wrap things up with Willie, and we'll take a look back at UK Senior Day against Florida. That's next on This is Kentucky Basketball. Willie, UK is getting ready for the SEC tournament in Nashville and then, of course, the NCAA tournament. You had to watch part of that last season from the sidelines. What are you most excited about for this season?
Just getting back there. That was the goal. That was the whole thing. You know, when I went down with the injury last year is I have to go back. You know, playing in only one or two, I guess two of the games in the NCAA tournament was like, you know, that's what you watch when you're growing up, and then to make it to the Final Four and just, you know, had to sit out and experience it from, you know, a fan standpoint. I have to play in that. I have to play in that type of environment.
When you were recruited, you were Willie Cauley, and then you changed it to Willie CauleyStein. What is the story behind that?
When I was younger, I remember my mom and my grandparents always saying that they wanted to change my name, you know, completely to Stein, and I was like, nah, like, that just doesn't roll off right. You know, Willie Stein just doesn't roll off right. So I just hyphenated it, and I think eventually I probably will change it like permanently to that, just because now it's so widely known. I didn't know it was going to blow up like that. So I just kind of did it to respect, you know, both sides of my family.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you do next and wish you the best of luck with this season. Willie, it's been a real pleasure talking to you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we leave you now with a look back at UK's senior day, the Kentucky-Florida game at Rupp Arena. Thanks so much for joining us for This is Kentucky Basketball.
Rebounded by CauleyStein. Dribbles into the paint, spins baseline, banks it up. It goes, and a foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. A three-point play opportunity for Willie CauleyStein. Ulis floats it to Towns, right of the circle, fires it down low, picked up, put in by Lyles. Out to Ulis, shovel pass to Lyles, 18-footer, straight away, good! Gets to the three-point line, slows up, trades passes with Lyles. Andrew on the attack, into the paint, 8-footer, good. Bounce pass to CauleyStein, right of the lane. Into the paint, turns to the baseline, pivots back to the paint, and puts it up and in. Outlet pass to Andrew Harrison, racing up the right side, goes for the basket, puts it in! Double team, back to Booker, quick three from the corner, good! Dribbles right and hands it to Booker. Gives it back to Towns on the pick and roll on the right baseline. Spins, goes for the bucket, double team. Nice pass, dunk, Lyles! Lyles left of the basket, out to Towns at the high post. Goes for the bucket, left hand layup, good. Aaron Harrison, top of the circle, gets into the lane. Scoops it up and in, did the same thing. Aaron drives it to the left elbow, backs out. Pass into the post is deflected, but Towns has it. Spins to the baseline, left hand shot, good. Off, outlet to Harrison, Andrew up the left side. Picks up the pace, down the lane, floats it up and in, counted, a foul on Florida! Ball knocked away by Towns, picked up by Lyles, bounces it ahead to Ulis. Ulis right of the lane, goes for the basket, flips it up and in! Grabbed by Ulis, he brings it up the left side. Fires to Towns, down the lane, layup good! Kentucky by 10, 55-45. Steal, Aaron Harrison! Driving to the other end for the dunk. Down low to Dakari Johnson, splits the trap, loses the ball, picked up, put in by CauleyStein. Everybody on their feet. And here comes the call for the three seniors, Sam Malone, Brian Long, and Todd Lanner. Unrivaled and undefeated through 31 games. A perfect regular season for the second time in the history of Kentucky basketball. Perfect in the SEC at Kentucky for the 11th time, second time under John Calipari. They're holding up 31 and 0 t-shirts now.
We appreciate y'all coming out, supporting us and everything, but we're not done yet. And we're gonna come. We come ready in Nashville. Who want the mic?
No.
All right, we done.
Historic moment, fellas. Congratulations, that was tremendous. The season not over, is it? No, sir. Okay. That was great. Y'all really played your hearts out. Keep it going. Keep your spirits up. Take us, bring that trophy back.
This is Kentucky Basketball, was presented by Kentucky One Health and was brought to you by Kroger, Safelite Auto Glass, Time Warner, Toyota, and by the UPS Store.